Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. We're doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 11 June 2025. Today we're talking about the tower, but it's a very special tower talk. It is the 1 year anniversary of both Sword and Shield. So we have Sword the 9th of June, happy birthday, and we have the Shield the 10th of June, happy birthday. Today is the 11th, by the way. So I'm gonna go in with what's going on, and in the two playthrough, the three playthrough actually, and I after that, which is kind of cool to begin with. We're gonna talk about how it feels to be doing 1 year. The first we're gonna talk about is the sword. The sword is one that changed the most. By the way, let's not forget to do that because I'm gonna need to do something. Right now we're in a tournament, so I'm hoping that tournament ends soon. That way I can talk about because we did spend a lot of Power Stone today. We didn't spend cash, but we did spend a lot of the Power Stone. Oh, there you go. The store. And I got enough for this. There you go. Perfect. I'm gonna have enough for the we just bought the whole store. With a week left. Right? Good. So on the I could give myself more time if I talk about 1 year of tower. Okay. So 1 year of tower. Of course, it's a really weird experience. Like for example, right now we're playing our fourth playthrough of Elden Ring. So of course it's not as exciting as the second one or as the first one. The second one was a bit more exciting because the second one the first one we were so confused. The game was so hard. We grinded for nothing. This one we're grinding for a reason. By the way, this is the newest skin. This is Koipan. I think it looks phenomenal. So it's a weird case of I've already played the game. I never refer to Shield or Sword as my main playthrough. I'll never refer to them as that. I don't think they are. I don't think they'll ever be. However, it is cool to see that we did a second and a third playthrough. If anything, I think this is at the very least I deserve a little bit of respect. I'm just gonna get my yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna get my charger. We're gonna charge the phone because it's a bit low. It's at 30%. I live in 1.5, so it's actually pretty simple to get this what I need. So 1 year. I think before we even start, I think we have to talk about why we did the second and the third playthrough. Oops, it's okay. It's okay. It's only a turkey patty, which is delicious, by the way. I think the reason as to why we did it is actually important. So the tower was the game that I had the most fun with, but it felt a little bit boring. It felt like something was missing. It felt like I could do more with the tower. So now I have this old phone, and I'm realizing, and this is crazy because at the time I'm streaming a lot. I'm streaming 5 to 6 hours a day, and this is really the beginning of why the tower was so exciting. When I started playing the tower, I was depressed. I wasn't streaming, so I started playing the tower as I'm streaming in the background. And it completely changed my life. I'm like, dude, I'm doing so much content. I'm doing 6 hours of content every single day streaming. And now I'm doing 6 hours of content streaming, but I'm also doing 6 hours of content with the tower. I get to talk to you guys via the stream. So then, this was insane to me. This was completely ballistic. And I was like, bro, this is kind of nice. It's raining, by the way. You can tell. I didn't know it was raining. So I had a second phone, and the second phone, see, I was obsessed with making content. I was obsessed with making as much content as possible. It physically hurt me. This is still the case. This morning I was talking to my parents, and I had a really good talk with them, and I didn't get to film it. Kind of sucks. So yeah. I saw the phone, and it killed me. Now, the first playthrough, which is the Tower of Crown, I went more offensive. So I was, like, you know what? I'm gonna do a defensive state. I'm gonna do a shield state. Now the craziest thing is my mom that week gave me her old tablet. She's like, "Hey, would you like it? I don't use it." I'm like, "Sure, I want it." And then I was like, you know what? I could do only sword and only shield because the crown, yes, it went more physical, but we also went a bit of defensive. Now I was doing this shield and sword, which was offensive and defensive. And I was like, yo, this is such a good idea. I get to make so much more content than just one playthrough at a time, right? It was more content, but it was also more fun because it was the same game that I love, but in different states, right? Again, a defensive state, a sword state, a attack state, glass cannon, tank, and this one is completely clueless. It felt really nice. I think the best thing I did was to stop streaming, and we really spent like a whole ass month trying to get these playthrough under wraps. So this is why the two towers after 1 year was super fun. The two towers after 1 year is super fun because I took months off streaming and I needed a break. I need to be honest, I needed a break. I took a month off streaming to do the tree playthrough, and it's just the best. I'll be completely honest. I remember going in the morning, putting on the TV, putting on my favorite show. I have a playlist of videos, which is mostly Kid Boga, by the way, of the tower background. And I had Tree playthrough. And I was like, okay, well, let's build it. For 1 month, we built it. So for 1 month, I'll be completely honest, I did whatever I wanted. Didn't matter if it was shield, didn't matter if it was sword. But then, when we crowned them, which is the video that we did on the channel, we crowned them, and I was like, you know what? This is really cool content. So we crowned them, and I was like, okay, well, then it's crown. I was only shield and only sword. What is the shield? What is the sword? The shield and the sword is I can upgrade whatever I want in the workshop. I can upgrade whatever I want. But the labs has to be shield and defense. Also, with the ultimate weapons are the one. Like, for example, we made a huge change in the plan for sword. The sword I was supposed to buy chain lightning, I decided to buy spotlight. I'll tell you why. And it's nuts. It's completely nuts. So the plan is still to this day. How can I say this? You see, I got unfocused because I got ADHD. So yeah, so doing the tree playthrough was beautiful. Like, you wake up one day, you get to chill, relax, watch your shows. You also do three times the playthrough. I don't know if you noticed, but if I was to do, let's say I did a day of 10 hours. It's not a big day, right? Because I got 16. And you think about it, I got 10 days of just relaxing. Well, technically, yes and no. Because those 10 hours are now 30 hours, right? That's crazy. So I kept building. At first it was really interesting. Then, of course, we hit a wall. Now, it's kind of nice to see because a year after is still the case of which one is stronger. Because ultimately speaking, and it's not really complex, but the sword and shield, I always wanted them to be kind of similar in strength. Like, okay, well, you can reach this point and you can reach this point, so it was always about being similar in strength. But I'll be completely honest, now they're completely different, and I kind of fuck with it, right? But it's still somewhat different. And at the end, when I'm gonna be done, because I still have a lot of cares. Like, I don't care about Crown anymore. I love Crown. Don't get me wrong, I do care about it, but it's only maintaining. So Crown right now, what it is Crown we've been playing for 2 years, by the way. We're gonna be reaching 3 years. Today is the 11th June. Yeah, it's the 11th June. We'll be reaching 2 years in a month and 2 days. So that will be 2 years. Crown right now is the best playthrough ever because it's AFK. All I care about is getting my reward for the guild. All I care about is getting my reward for the weekly. All I care about is getting my reward for the events. Right? The rest I could care less. And then we're getting stronger, and then we'll attack the most. The coolest thing we did with the sword and shield was completely being ballistic and going in and out, and this tier unlocking. In 2 months we unlock until 13, tier 13, which is phenomenal. When I'm gonna stop caring, or the second I'm gonna start treating the sword and shield like the crown, they're gonna become competition. gonna become like, hey, these two plates got a mosquito. Got a mosquito and it's gonna destroy me. Yeah, cool. They don't like mosquito. And again, this night and you're outside, what do you expect? So yeah, I can't wait for them to compete. Like, okay, well, which one is strongest? Right now, I would say Shield is a bit stronger, but Sword has been stronger for the whole time. It's been a year now. Sword has been stronger for 10 months. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, it feels very different. It's nice. It's nice to do the tree playthrough because I still get to be involved in the tower. And even though it's not as much with the others, there's still a couple of playthrough or one playthrough. There's time where the sword is more interesting because we're moving forward. There's time where the shield is more interesting because we're moving forward. It's always a question of what are you doing right here, right now, you know? And to me, that's the interesting part. That is the interesting part. It's never gonna be about, oh, dude, I should have done this. I should have done this. No, it's your learning. Even the ultimate weapon were some of the nicest thing I've done. Not in a way of, oh, dude, this is, but it really changed the playthrough. For example, when you look at the core of it, right? Sword is a lot stronger because Sword has the most range, Sword has the most attack speed, Sword has the most attack out of the whole thing. Now, technically speaking, Crown is a lot stronger. Oh, Crown is a lot stronger, but only in ways where you put more time, right? And if in case of you put the same time, Sword is a lot stronger. If you look at the labs, Sword is much stronger. So this is nice. With the ultimate weapon, see, this is what I'm trying to say. I want you guys to, if you play the tower, I want you guys to close your eyes, okay? Do me a favor, close your eyes, and imagine your tower without ultimate weapon, right? And imagine those towers, and you put in more points in attack, and oh, this tower I put more points in defense, right? Now imagine them with ultimate weapon. So again, with the sword and shield, we went out the whole way. I have regrets about it though. So the shield we have golden tower. My tree playthrough has a golden tower, which is great. Shield has black hole, has chrono field, has inner landmine, has poison swamp. Right, poison swamp to stun, black hole to keep them, and chrono field to keep them. Now, ultimately speaking, my biggest regret is this one. Chrono field and black hole are a bit too similar, in my opinion. They're a bit too similar, so it doesn't feel as good. And yeah, so with the sword, we went with smart missile, chain lightning, death wave, and what was the last one? Chain lightning, smart missile, spotlight, yeah. Spotlight is good though. So it does feel like a completely different playthrough, right? And even then, you look at the sword and shield. You look at the sword and shield different, but you look at the crown. The crown is very similar to the sword. The crown is very similar to everything else. Today we're gonna be spending the stone pack. Well, we didn't buy a stone pack, but we have some stone that's kept up. In a perfect world, I'm winning 200 here, 200 here. And if I can win 200, I'll be able to buy inner landmine. But most of all, I'll probably be upgrading. I don't know what I'm going to be upgrading, to be honest. I think we're going to go with Spotlight for a final Spotlight. But then no, because I just did today. I'll possibly go for, I don't know. I'll see. Possibly go for Golden Tower, possibly. So now, the negative. There's time when it's been overwhelming. Like, for example, doing a stream and it's not connecting, and I have to play this. It's been a nightmare for that. Because they most of the time you have to maintain them. So it's not always work. It's not constant work. You cannot leave them. That's the first one, which is a big deal. So we'll start, and again, this is my fault. This is my problem. So what will happen is I get stressed. I get really nervous, and I'll just fuck around, and I'll be like, oh my god, this is so bad. Oh my god, this is horrible. I cannot play a stream. I'll start a stream. I'll get really nervous, but then after a couple minutes, my sword, my shield, my crown is ready, and the stream is working. That's one. Second one, it was a nightmare for storage. It takes 10 gigs per hour. My speed was 7. Now it's better. Now it's 13 gigs per hour. But however, we still get 2. So the sword is on a tablet. The tablet has 8 terabytes of place of place. Not space. I'm so sorry. I'm fucking dumb. It has a terabyte of storage. So it doesn't matter how much I film, I'll never get there. So it is a problem for both sword and shield. It is both a problem for crown and sword and shield, mostly shield. So I constantly have to manage the storage, which is definitely a nightmare. It is a fucking nightmare. However, it does work. And at the end of the day, who gives a shit if it works? If something works, don't fix it. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right? Negatively speaking, it is kind of depressing when you have 3 playthrough and are not moving forward. We reached a wall in every single one of them, right? And for the first time in the 2 months, I was like, holy shit, I cannot advance in anything, right? But then, in a positive way, I think if I was only playing the crown, I think I would have given it up a while ago. I think I would have given it up a while ago. I would have been like, fuck that. I don't want to play this game anymore. Give me a sec. The phone is overeating. So what I'm going to do is take it out, put it next to the turkey patty. Again, I want to show you what it is, because otherwise I'm going to be looking crazy or crazier than usual. Very, very simple. Some of the tower, which usually gets my thing overheated. This is a patty that was in the freezer, so this is going to be cooling down the phone. When it comes to it, the negative, that's only it. The positive is we got way more. The positive thing, okay, so whenever the negative, let's go with the positive. Then we'll go with my favorite moments of the tree, and then what we'll do is we'll do a tower talk that's normal. The positive is I'm getting more content. The positive is I'm getting to see different side of the tower. Imagine if you could taste tests. You could do a sandbox and test the weapons. That would be phenomenal, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm seeing what works, I'm seeing what doesn't work. Now, I'll be completely honest, and this is horrible, but the sword and shield often serves as model for crown. This works, I should do this, right? And it's not the other way around. Crown was my baby step, was crawling. So the knowledge I have on crown, I bestowed upon shield and sword, of course. But shield and sword, because they're so focused on one aspect, I get to taste, I get to try a lot of things, which is good. That's the second positive. The third positive is we're getting so much content. As of right now, we are 700 episodes of the shield. 100 episodes, 700 episodes, 700 episodes is 2,100. They're all a bit more than an hour. That's 2,100 hours. Nobody's gonna watch that, but hey, this is content that I put out, which is great. Second of all, it gives me something to do, right? This is the biggest positive. There's a lot of time where I had mental health issues, depression, not feeling like filming, being bored, and this is something that can have in the background. I don't want to film today. Okay, well, let's have this. And we have a better Wi-Fi. I can go to sleep, leave this on for 2 hours, and that's the greatest thing. Right now, what I'm gonna do is gonna be uploading everything. You guys don't understand. Today, because of the better Wi-Fi, I'm gonna be playing. I've been playing for 3 hours. I'll be playing for the next 5 hours. That's 8 hours of the tower. Now, normally speaking, I would be so afraid because, oh my god, I don't have the storage for that. I don't have the storage for that. I have the storage, but guess what? Now we have a better Wi-Fi, it's not a problem, which is great. Next on the list we have what? Next on the list we have burn your board. My favorite moment is the coronation, when we made this the shield, when we made this the sword, and when we made this the crown. That was my favorite moment, and it's been good. You see, it's been management, storage management, resource management. It's been a journey. It's possibly the game that I put the most hours, which is crazy. Weirdly speaking, I'll be completely honest, The tower is so it's very different. Um, there's a truth and there's a lie. Um, the tower is the game that I play the most. Here's a lie. It isn't the game that I play the most. I don't know the game that I play the most. However, there's a game that I have the most on my channel as recorded content. So yeah. And eventually speaking, at the speed that we are, there's no game that will get it. I think my longest time that I played is possibly Fortnite. It's not a tower, the Fortnite and Elden Ring. See, this is the craziest part. Yes, technically speaking, I'm playing 10 hours a day. On paper, I'm playing 30, right? So it's complex. And that's it. Now the tower talk. So what changed? Well, we made a big difference. So today we're gonna be finishing the tower, the tournament. We're gonna be upgrading Poison Swamp, Poison Swamp, Poison Swamp. We've been doing good because my cards are almost done. I'm just gonna check out Shield. Shield, I have, dude, only my epics are not finished. Only my epic are not finished. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 to do. So I'm not gonna be able to do it this event, but still. Um, the shield is boring. We didn't get really a lot. However, we did something big. We got the 2,500 of the tier 8, which actually officially make this a better playthrough than the sword. We got the Mush Mush skin, which I fucking love. Mush Mush skin, why I like it so much, well, is the original Mario. Glad that will never happen. Now, Poison Swamp is gonna be the way. The reason for Poison Swamp is super simple. Black Hole is completely great. Chrono Field could be greater, right? But Poison Swamp, I'm dreaming of a world where my Poison Swamp is so big that it's covering my whole range. So it doesn't matter what you do. Whenever you kill something and you're in range, you'll get it, and you'll get to stun them. See, it's not about how my strongest weapon right now. My strongest weapon right now is okay. So this is kind of crazy, but now I'm thinking out loud. I'm getting bitten by a mosquito, like 1 or 2, 3 times maybe. When I think about it, is the greatest. So right now, my strongest weapon is Black Hole. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's Black Hole. It just keeps them, it hurts them, and it gives me time to heal. First of all, my second biggest weapon is Inner Landmine. I know Inner Landmine is not great, however, Inner Landmine is the weapon that I put the most in. Now, in both cases, this is the one. So, Black Holes serve a purpose of they stay away, right? Inner Landmine serve a purpose of they stay away. Inner Landmine, I didn't get Inner Landmine because of damage. I got it because of stun. I got it for more reason than that. The Inner Landmine, the reason why I got it was because Inner Landmine was a great way to do a couple of things, to be honest. Inner Landmine was a great way to do, oh shit. Fucking tabarnak. Inner Landmine was a great way. Okay, so Inner Landmine is a great way to stun your enemy, first of all. Second of all, it's it's just completely amazing. First thing that it can do, stun your enemy. Respawn a lot, but also the rotation speed. So for example, I get to have one enemy pass the black hole, you pass everything, right? He passes the line. I got 6 opportunities to stun him. 6 opportunity. So that was the best. And by then my tower actually heals or not. Now, Poison Swamp would be amazing. Poison Swamp would stun them enough to stay in the black hole. If it doesn't work, they'll get stunned with the Inner Landmine, and then the Poison Swamp would happen. So Poison Swamp feels like in between. It feels like what links them together. So it could be cool. The crown, to be honest, and this is the power of the crown. Right now, the crown, I don't know what I'm going to be upgraded as an ultimate weapon. We have a lot of stone. What I'm possibly going to do is, I'm going to buy another ultimate weapon. That's possibly what I'm going to do. Possibly what I'm going to do. And lastly, for the sword, we took a big risk tonight. And I'm glad I took it. So the big risk we took tonight was instead of so I planned. I'm so fucking lucky. I put this down. I didn't have the cap. No cap. I didn't think I had a cap. So yeah, like I was saying, I was supposed to do chain lightning. Chain lightning, however, chain lightning is one of the greatest, but one of the worst ultimate weapon, because chain lightning does what the tower of sword does the best. This was the plan. The plan was to get the chain lightning because I could increase my damage. First of all with shock, but second of all with how many people I'm hitting. However, the sword right now and for the last month and a half to 2 months, what we've been upgrading is attack speed and range. So with increasing attack speed and range and attack, I'm exactly doing what this chain lightning will. So the chain lightning, what is the best point? Well, it transfers to other people. So one strike, it's a dozen. What it does also good is higher damage, right? It's also the same thing. So we increase our range. We increase our range, which is the chain lightning because it goes to reach. We increase our attack, which is more damage, and we increase the attack speed, which is how many projectiles we can shoot per seconds, right? Which is kind of crazy. Now, lastly, very lastly, because I believe this is kind of important. What we did is Spotlight. Now, Spotlight is the worst thing I could have done. It's possibly the dumbest thing I could have done. I had 1,100 stone. I bought a lot of angles, and I bought one more Spotlight. But Spotlight, however, is the greatest thing because it's the worst thing. Chain Lightning would have been like, hey, this is what you've been working on. It would be perfect. So what did I do Chain Lightning when I do Spotlight? Because Spotlight is what I need. For example, right? Most enemies, I'm killing them one shot, so the Chain Lightning is not useful. The enemy that I don't kill one shot will take more than just Chain Lightning. So Chain Lightning, it's so complex. It is so fucking complex, but it makes a lot of sense. So Chain Lightning, what it does is, oh man, this is complex. Chain Lightning will kill a lot of people, which is good. However, the projectile will kill a lot of people too. So the people that I need to kill, if they, for example, right, there's one boss or there's one elite, and it's surrounded 4 enemies, right? With the Chain Lightning, I killed the 4 enemies, right? But if I just had the attack speed and attack up, I would have killed the smaller being, right, with the bounce shot and everything. So then Chain Lightning become obsolete. It becomes not important. However, with Spotlight, I can kill specific enemy. So this is, to me, this is a bit better. Spotlight also is very good defensively because you're getting more coin. You're getting the smart missile. See, with the Spotlight is not the best choice. The best choice is Chain Lightning. But now that I have Spotlight, I have to increase my smart missile. I have to work on shit, right? And I'm forced to work on shit because Spotlight will not improve my run. It will not help. Chain Lightning would have helped, but I need to push myself to be motivated to do more. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, this was a Tower Talk. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.